Hello everybody, this is a follow-up video to the last one. On the left is the Sanchi Stupa, one of the oldest stupas in the world, if not the oldest. I don't know of an older one. It's about the time Buddha started promulgating his religion. And on the right is something else. Now, in the previous video I mentioned that this appears to be, to me, to be a copy of this. I mean, it could be something else to you, it doesn't matter. But this is even closer, and this is in Algeria. This was called the tomb of a Roman queen. For many years, generations, that's what it was, the tomb of a Roman queen. And it's actually the tomb of a king. It's the tomb of this man, King Juba II of Mauritania. His wife was the daughter of Cleopatra. Her name was Cleopatra Selene. And it's rather interesting. I mean, this is what it looks like. And yeah, it's sealed. The door is sealed up, you know, quite tight, and the locals haven't dared quarry it for some reason, unless they quarried the top, which is rather odd because usually ancient things get quarried unless they thought there was a curse or something. So it's managed to survive. And look at it. Just look at the similarity to the Sanchi Stupa. Were these type of Buddhistic people who were in Rome? Were they the Stoics? And if you look at the Pantheon was built about the same time as this pyramid in Algeria, which I find really interesting. Just really interesting. So it was sort of the same kind of movement across the Roman Empire which built it. But in the case of the Algerian building, it's far closer to the Sanchi Stupa. And bear in mind, there was no internet before, so if you wanted to make an exact copy, how do you check? How do you even check? You can't. You can try, and I think they did try and copy it. It is rather similar. Also, the outside is of the Sanchi Stupa in India is a lot like Stonehenge. If we look at the outside of this, it's almost like a mock Sarsen circle as well, except it's using basically it's using Mediterranean style pillars, which is rather different. And in a previous video I suggested Stonehenge itself is also a kind of ancient stupa because it's round for starters, and it may have had some kind of roof to it. Again, that's Juba II, who was buried there. An interesting thing, some commenters have said, you know, they've said you can't call it a stupa, a pyramid. Well, archaeologists are calling that a pyramid in Algeria, and the premise is that Cleopatra Selene from Egypt knew about pyramids, so they built a pyramid. The thing, however, is clearly much closer to a stupa, and if you're calling that a pyramid, you may as well call that a pyramid. No one, it seems, knows what pyramid means. I'll tell you what it means in a moment. It's a measure. It's not a building. It's close to the word perfect, precise, and it's close to the word perimeter as well, but perimeter is not pyramid. Pyramid is the height, the middle height of a building, so anything with an apex, maybe even a church, could be considered a pyramid. Perimeter is the measure of a pyramid, you see, so perimeter goes around. So yeah, pyramid is up, perimeter is around. That is what it means. There are other definitions too. We don't know, you know, everyone wants to have their own definition. Throughout history as well, people had their own definitions. That's fine. But I think that is the oldest and truest definition, as it was passed to the Greeks, and the Greeks started to refer to the huge colossal buildings in Egypt as pyramids as a result of that. Now, what is going on? Is this a quasi sort of Christian Buddhistic movement which spread across the Roman Empire in the 1st century AD, BC, Bear in mind also that many of Jesus' teachings are about, peace, don't worry, enjoy life, almost like the Stoics about not worrying too much, just get through it. It's all related. There is so much about early Christianity, early Buddhism we do not understand, and many of these competing religions reached the Roman Empire, and people enthusiastically took them up, even wanted to be buried in an exotic tomb like this. Thanks very much.